Anybody wants to help out with their campaign, and you can raise them up.
What does Haraya mean to you?
I think that Haraya is a very special student organization. What it means to me is that it's, having the opportunity to see tomorrow's leaders, really getting shaped and developed professionally and personally. It's having the opportunity to see what they're going to do now for what's going to happen next. And that's something that many administrators don't get the opportunity to see, something that most administrators don't get the opportunity to witness.
Back in 1994, as a freshman here at St. John's University, I had a mentor by the name of Tracy, and actually we had the Alpha Peer Mentoring Program at that time. And Tracy, as my mentor, made it a point to drag me like a little sister to all of the events and organizations and meetings to make sure that I became immersed in the culture at St. John's. And one meeting I remember going to, which resonated with, within my soul, was a Haraya meeting. I just remember every prominent student leader being a part of Haraya. It didn't matter if you were an orientation leader, a member of President's Society, part of, a fraternity or sorority. You were a part of Haraya. And my first experience was actually attending the Black Student Leadership Conference that was typically thrown, I think, every January.
Yes.
And being amongst, our community and just the pride, the eloquence, the swag, as you would call it nowadays, was really my beginning with Haraya. And that's where I met my BFF for life, James Salnav, and we started as publicity chair and co-chair. Those were some interesting times and interesting flyers, but that was really, my first entrance into Haraya, and ultimately from 1994 till 2011.
As a freshman, I attended, a few Haraya meetings, but I got involved in Caribbean Students Association, so all my efforts were put towards that organization. And we looked to Haraya a lot for advice and for collaborative efforts. You collaborate with Haraya, you're almost destined to succeed. Just for the mere fact that they had a great leader, and they always had great leaders.
Jeffrey DeSuze. Jeffrey was my brother from another mother. Very good guy. Premier student leader. Like, if you envision or think about the top of the crop student leaders, Jeffrey was like top of that list. President of Haraya, I'd say one of the top 10 best presidents of Haraya.
I first met Jeffrey when I was a freshman. I came here in 2002. He was well known. He was an orientation leader and president of Haraya. He was very well respected as he was that leader on campus. Everyone knew him. Everyone knew him because he was a good leader, and everyone also knew him because he was the orange man. He always wore orange. Don't know why, but he had a fascination for the color orange. I remember a group of us were hanging out in his room one time, and he had in his dorm room, he was a RA as well, and he had this huge orange shrine. I thought it was weird, I never told him that, but to each his own. It was the most interesting thing I've seen. What I liked about Jeff, he was an intellect, and that was reflected in the organization he led itself. Everything that was done was from an intellectual level, and I remember one time as a freshman, I thought it was cool, especially coming from another country, Trinidad. I saw this crowd of students gathered in front of Mongoris Dining Hall. So I ran to see what was going on, and it was him battling another student, a lyrical battle going on right there in front of Mongoris. And what was impressive, he could look at you and in seconds he could come up with a rhyme that would insult you to a level where you wouldn't even want to step to him again. And he was known as that guy, the guy that you never step to, being an English major. The knowledge, the huge words that he knew was always impressive. And him being a leader within Haraya, I mean, he was one of the best there was.
I just remember our events, our concert, Black Music Fest, Pan-African Women and Men Coalition, hosting dynamic and stellar events, Black History Month, and just an all-around unifying family. Like I said, I've met people in Haraya that I still keep in contact with to this very day, 17 years later, that have impacted my life in various ways. It means a lot. Haraya means a lot.
My experience with Haraya, like Jody said, back in 1995, joined in as her co-chair, and of course, made her life the best thing since then. Haraya basically was a breeding ground for leadership, for Black leadership on campus. We were very excited about the work that we were doing. We worked closely with student affairs administrators, and they understood, excuse me, that we meant business, that we wanted to do something drastically different than most organizations, and we did.
Mm-hmm. What do you hope to see for the future in Haraya?
What I hope to see for the future of Haraya is that Haraya never gets complacent, that they are always a catalyst for positive change, and that they never get comfortable. When you get comfortable, you get stale. By them continuing to push forward and never being okay with the status quo, then they'll always look for new innovative ideas and ways to do things different to better serve St. John's University as a whole.
At the end of the day, we want to say congratulations to the many years of success and many years of hard work. And for all of you who are here tonight to come back and fellowship with the current members of Haraya, congratulations to you too.
Love you.
I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over.